And now, some of the most common questions we receive from you, our viewers. To answer these questions, Dr. Tariq Ramadan. Dr. Ramadan, one of the most common questions we receive is about the question of polygamy. Especially here in our Canadian context, we've had situations where people of other faiths have practiced polygamy, and this has come under some public scrutiny. What do you say about the Islamic permission for a man to have up to 4 wives?
The first thing that we have to say that the disagreement between the scholars is about, is it a rukhsa or is it a rule that it's for everyone? And the great majority...
And by rukhsa, for our English viewers?
Lightning or something which is permitted,
permission
given to...
so here's the difference. Some scholars saying it's a permission, some saying it is...
Yes, that the rule is one woman, and then you have the permission in specific situation, and others saying no, the rule is 1 to 4 in all situation. It does not depend on specific situation in time of war. So we have this disagreement from the beginning. So there is something that is quite clear in the Islamic teachings, that polygamy is permitted under severe conditions. And here there is something which is quite important, is you have scholars from Abu ibn Hanbal, for example, saying that the first wife should in the contract say, no, I don't want you to marry another one. So it's really important for the woman to know the rights on this, that it's something which is an open door, but they can have their say on saying, I don't want this, that this is the condition. So a man cannot go beyond the contract that he has signed when he is going to get married. And now when we are in our societies in the West, so let us come with a clear understanding. In our societies is mainly prohibited. So if you are a citizen where you are abiding by the law of the country, you cannot use a rukhsa in Islam to go beyond what you have accepted as the common law. So it is not possible here to say, okay, I'm going to play with the rules. No, you respect the law of the country. So this is my position on this, is that polygamy in a state or in an environment which is not permitting it or accepting it as something, we have to not to do it, because this is by law your contract, your tacit and explicit contract with the society. In the Muslim majority countries, the problem that we have is that many women, they don't know their rights, so they are just obliged to accept it with no condition, with men not at all respecting the conditions and doing it in a way which is completely unacceptable. So I think that here we have to go through education to let the women understand what are the rights, in which way they can stop it if they don't want it to happen, to be clear with their husband from the very beginning, and also when it happens, because sometimes it's happened in some African countries, to be quite clear on these conditions should be respected if this is happening.
Well, Dr. Tariq Ramadan, that's about all the time we have to discuss with you. I really appreciate the fact that you've joined us in our program, and I'd invite you whenever you're back in Canada to come back on the show.
Thank you so much.
Folks, that's about all the time we have for this episode. I invite you to visit our website, www.quranspeaks.com. That's where you can send us your questions, your suggestions, and of course your donations, because that, after all, is how we stay on air.